Hello. So I just did a video of me going through this planner that I ordered off Amazon. It is an Erin Condren, or so it says. I measured it and everything, and it's a little smaller than a 7x9. It's 7 this way, but it's only like 8 1/4 this way. So this is what I'm going to call my Wing It planner. This is going to be where I kind of show you guys how I want to set things up and stuff like that. So I kind of went through my Happy Mail in the first video I just did, but this is going to be one of actually me setting up this planner. So my battery is at 0.5%, so I'm going to have to watch that. But let's get this planned. I don't have any wet erase markers, so I'm not going to do anything here. So let's just go into the month. I'm just doing the August month to start off with. And so I have these two kits. One's a budget and one's a actual monthly calendar spread. And I do enjoy these, don't get me wrong, but this is just for me to see how it works in my planner. Did y'all know? I didn't know this. And I'm waiting to hear back from my first video that I just did. Everyone's comments about the question I asked at the end of the video. There will be another question at the end of this video, so make sure you stay. That way we can answer and talk, and I can get to know you guys, and you guys can get to know a little bit more about me, because before I ask the question, I tell a story that relates to the question. Cool. I don't know. I'm winging it. So this is what I have. This is from, I don't have automatic focus, so bear with me. So this is from Casey Lee Designs, and this is her August monthly spread. So school starts in a few days. Is everyone excited? At least here it does. I don't know about down there. I don't know about where everyone's at. Actually, tell me where you're from. How about that? I will tell you where I'm from. I have lived in Alaska for 37 years. I am an Alaska baby through and through. Was not born here. But I'm Alaska through and through. Alaska's been my home for so long that's just my home. I have tried to live out of state a couple times when I was younger, and for some reason it just wasn't me. You know? And that happens. That's totally fine. That is totally fine. I tried to live in Phoenix a couple times. Or one time. I did try to live in Phoenix once. That was not my cup of tea. That was not my cup of tea at all. And it wasn't like it was a bad place to live or anything like that. So for those that don't know much about Alaska, in the winter time we have hardly any sunlight. So we lack vitamin D. We take supplements. It is actually free for us to take supplements if you go to the right doctor. And so when I was down in Phoenix, I got way too much vitamin D. And like I was sunburnt all the time. I couldn't eat any hot food because my body was used to being cold. And it was just consistently hot. So my body was just like, no, we ain't doing this. And so I ended up moving back right after I turned 18. And that was awesome. I mean, I had a good time while I was down there. I met some people, met friends, stuff like that. So it was cool. It was just not my cup of tea. And you're more likely to go back to where you know the most about yourself. people don't like to try stuff new. They like to stay in the same old that they're used to because that's their comfort zone. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And I'm not trying to dog on people that do that. I'm just trying to, you're going to do what you do. I prefer Alaska because I'm from here. So Phoenix was just way too hot and dry for me, and I was sick all the time, and it was just, I was like, no, I'm moving back. And then when I was in elementary school, my last year in elementary school, my mom had actually moved us to Florida, and I enjoyed Florida. I didn't like the storms, but I enjoyed Florida. We have an aunt that lives on an island out there, so we got to go see her a lot, and so we do plan on leaving Alaska, because I have medical that we can't get here. My daughter has medical that she can't get here. And so it just seems like a good move for us to go to the States, so we have the appropriate medical for us. And, so we can stay healthy and all that. So I've moved a couple times. I lived in Missouri for about 6 months. That was a no-go as well. I don't do bugs. So, where I was living, they just had, it was on a farm, but they just had too many critters and stuff like that, so I couldn't do it. Loved the people I was staying with. It was my dad and my stepmom. Loved them. Grateful that they helped me out in that time. But I'm used to Alaska, and so that's my safe place. So, has anyone ever done anything crazy like that? Just moved? So right now I'm just putting on my dots and whatnot, and maybe I might not like that bit, and I speed through it or skip it, and then it's just done in a blink of an eye. Finish, done. Who knows? We're just gonna have to see how I like it. And it don't have to be perfect. 1, it's my Wingit calendar. And 2, I'm not a perfect person. I will never claim to be a perfect person. So with me not being a perfect person, I do not plan on anything else of mine being perfect. Except my children, because in every parent's eyes, children are perfect. So my children are perfect. Okay, so the monthly's set up, and my battery's almost out, so I will be back. I'm going to fill in all my stuff, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished all this up. Can you close my door, Bug? So I finished setting up my calendar. That's just a notes page only. So I finished up doing this part. Dark blue are going to be Zach's, light blues are going to be mine. And then I did separate, so green, writing is mine, purple is kids, and blue is their dad. And then I did, shoot me now, shoot me later, I did go ahead and set up my monthly for August. That's what I did. And I know we have all of these, we are starting out with 0 as of this moment, 0. But I did add $1. I did add $1 to one of my challenges because I found $1. And my my coin challenge also has money in it, but that's because that's been what I found around the house and stuff like that. So so I have it split up. So I have my bill, my debt, and then my yearly payments, which are part of bills, but I wanted them separate. So let me bring this up and I'll show you guys. Let me out of focus. So these are all my bills. All these happen every month. These are my debt. These are also bills that we have to pay back, but this is debt. And then we have my yearly sinking funds, or my yearly debt, which is, and this is going to be the amount per month, not for a year. I wish, but not for a year. But that's going to be the car insurance and the renter's insurance. And then I just have my savings stuff down here. That is what I think will work right now. It could always change. Everything can change. That's why we write an erasable pen, because it always will change. Okay, so I didn't do anything in the weekly because that's a lot of stuff to transfer over. But I did start on how I wanted to do my weekly budget. I have 1 page to do this. One. So I was looking at it and I was going to try and lay the budget pack of stickers, but I don't have enough to do that. So right now I'm just using, I used, on this one, I used the wheat, I'm going to use the wheat kits. This is going to be, make sure you guys can still see. I'm going to zoom you in a little actually. Oops, no way. A little bit more. Nope. There. So this is how I'm going to set this up. So I have these stickers here from Sammy Day, and I'm going to put those in here. So we have income, and then we're going to write the income. So this is week 1. Let me see if I have that. I need to see if I have that. Just a second. I do have that right here. So week 1 was Zach's payday. Was my house payday. And I believe that one was 20. Hold on just a second. Bear with me. I think I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Well, I believe it was 25. Nothing else came in that week, so we just have income at 25. And then, like, if there's other incomes, I can put them over here. So right here, I'll just go Z. Okay. And then it would be A if I got anything, and then other, and other if there were anything else. Make sense? Yeah, okay. And remember, this is just me trying to figure out how I want to do this, because I only have one page to work on with my weekly stuff. So I have that, and then I think I have a total. Let me look for my total. Booked balance, and then I have a total. He's not ever gonna get more than like one amount for his paychecks, and neither will I. The others, I don't think so as either. I'm not going to explain to you what the others are, because that's something that I don't want to explain. Just know I have 2 other incomes coming in, sometimes a third, but yeah. So we would have the total, so the total would be obviously 25, and then I would add the total. See, I don't know how that would work. So hold on, let me re-examine this. See, this is all trying to figure it out. That's all I'm trying to do, is figure out how I want to set this up. So, because I'm trying to use the whole page. I'm trying to use the whole page, and right at this moment it does not seem to work. So we'll do that. Remember, I'm trying to use as much space as possible. And if it comes out I just have to buy, a monthly planner, then so be it. I'll do a monthly planner, but I'm afraid with the monthly planners I won't use everything, and I'll have too many pages compared to we're back. Okay, so for here we'll have the income, we'll have XYZ's income, and I can move this as the week goes, so that's fine. So this week we had Z's income, or Z's pay, and we think it was, I think it was 2,500, so we'll do total 2,500. And that way, if I have more than one income that week, I can add the different lines. Okay. Okay. So, and then we'll have, skip a line, we'll have expenses. And these are just going to be the bills that we paid that week. And week 1, it looks like we had the car. So we'll put the car. I need my calculator for this. So 180 plus 225, so 458. So the car we put, did I say 458? 405. So the car we put 405 on. And then I paid 150 to the quick cash. And then rent was paid. And actually, we're just gonna throw in a 180 up here, because I did get a 180 paycheck. So, 2680. So rent was $16.50. Lights was $209. Back to school, which is a sinking fund, got $375, and then $400 to our Jeep. There you go. That's it. And I think if I do it this way, I can do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then 5 across the bottom. Yeah, so week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then across the bottom here on the last few lines will be week 5 if we have a week 5. So I think that's how I'm gonna do that. And then I would slap a total, bam. You know, a little bit better because this, remember, this book is work in progress. So, since I already know, we did have pay coming in on the 2nd week. So I'll go paycheck 2. Then I'll slap a lovely little income sticker. And I wouldn't even really need to if it matches up with the week before, but for the sake of y'all in the video, I'm going to. And that week we only had 200. We only had 200 come in. So, a pay, and 200. There we go. And then slap a total on that bad boy. $200. No, 280. 280. Yeah, it's fine. And then, so 280. And that week 2, yep. So 280. And then we'll get an expenses one. We'll get an expenses one. We'll put it right here. And then what we had was the car. I put the 280 on the car. And that's all we had for expenses that week. And then bada bing, bada boom. Total. So that one was easy. And I didn't even really need to put it down, but I did anyways. And I'm not looking to see on here like what we have left over or anything like that. On here, I'm looking to see the amount we paid on what bill. That is what I'm looking at, and like what time period. And I could go paycheck here 1st through the 7th. I could. Will I do it? I don't know. I will have to see how things work out. But let's add this up. 405 plus 150 plus 1650 plus 209 plus 375 plus 400. So 3189. I'm pretty sure he did not do the Jeep on this bait. I think he's did it on, not on this first one, but the one we're on right now. So it's actually $27.89. So we were still over budget. I don't even, no, we didn't even do back to school then. Yes, we did. We did do back to school because I ordered it. And then I know what I did. I got it. See, this is why I want to have this. So this was actually $109 because I paid the other half yesterday. And this one we didn't do. That's where I messed up. So let's try this one more time. So 405 plus 150 plus 1650 plus 109 plus 375. We were $9 over, and I think that's just from what we had in savings. So 2680. And with me not sure knowing how much income he got, because I didn't write it down, that 9 could have been, you know, it could have been 2540. I mean, we don't know, because I didn't write it down, and he's driving. I ain't gonna ask him. So that's what we have. Okay, week 3 is the week we're on now. So we're gonna pop down our beautiful little week 3 sticker. And like I said, this is not for me to see how much we have left or anything like that. This is for me to see on what I paid and when, because I do the mistake of paying half. I do pay some stuff in half payments. So like our rent is one of them. We're not going to talk about why rent's different. So we usually every 2 weeks pay $1,100, not the 22 of the full amount. So every 2 weeks we pay every one of Zach's paychecks, of my other half paychecks. We do every one of my other half's paychecks, we pay half of the rent. So automatically $1,100. And it's nice to try and track that here. That way we know when we paid it, if we were behind, if we made overpayments, if we have a free payday coming up where we don't have to pay it because there was 3 of his paychecks in 1 month and now, you know, there's only 2, and so the whole month is already paid for. So it's nice to have that in here. So this week, let me see, I did write this one down, I think. Yeah. I did not. But that's okay. Right? Right. But I do remember. So I got I have to look, because I don't remember. I know Z got paid. He got 27. And up here, that's what I was basing that off. I know it was a smaller week than this week, so I mean, a smaller week could be $20 less. You never know. And I got 159. Can y'all still see that okay? So that was our income. So we'll clear this out. We'll do 159 plus 27 equals 28.59. Yes, that was basic math. But you know what? I gotta be up at 5 a.m. so I'm dragging. And I know this week we are paying a couple different things. So I need to go back on my phone because I know I paid a couple different things. So I paid what was left on my car for a month. So car got $35. That's all that was left. So car got $35. And I think it was this one that got $125. And so a credit card, $125. And then I know we paid lights, which was $100. because it was $209. I paid $109 up here, so what's left is $100. We did clothes shopping, so clothes, and I think he spent $140 online. TBD. I don't remember what he spent. And then rent. And he got his stuff for his Jeep. And I think he said his Jeep actually went down to like $300. TBD, be right back. Oh, and we have to pay internet. And he got heating fuel, so heating. I think he spent $300, which is about 100 gallons, which we'll go through before the month is over. And then, what did I say? What did I say? Internet. Internet, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't write it down yet. Damn it. Gosh darn it. It's $198. So I think this one we have gone over. And we do, when we do go over, because this is our start of our savings journey, so we don't have this down. This is something we are starting to really focus on our bills and stuff. So we have the 35 plus 125 plus 100 plus 140 plus 1100 plus 300 plus 300 plus 198. Yeah, we're cutting it a little bit close, and I still need to get fuel in my car for this week. So we're not even fully done with this. And he got fuel. My weeks, so this is his paydays. So his are gonna, because he gets paid way more than I do, his are gonna be longer and more in chunk than mine. So see fuel, and then Goblin. Goblin juice. So my car nickname is Goblin, and I just realized it's Goblin juice. That's funny. So I think he spent 60. Mine will be 60 because it's dinging at me that I'm low on fuel. So we're nowhere there. And I gotta add it again because I didn't save it. $24.18. $24.18. Okay, so, and since I'm here, hold on, I gotta look at my month again. Hold on, come back. So we are right here. So this will be the start of one. So I got 2 weeks left I gotta put in here. So we'll just bamboozle. And then, so that's mine. So that one should be very short. I can't even really... Oh, I can do at least this part. So I know I get paid. And then I can do the total. I'm trying to get the stickers and stuff down because I know I'm the only one that gets paid next week. So, and what I have to pay, I have a lot to pay. But I'll at least put down the items I'm paying next week and not the price. That way I can try and get this figured out. So I have car. I have my phone. I have un momento. So I have my car, personal. I growled because I'm frustrated. We're in August, right? That's where we're at. And then to kind of throw it in there so you know for next time, because we didn't do any of this time. So we're going to do sinking funds, saving challenges. That's how we're going to do that. And then I will, that's a whole nother ball game during the week, because I have no way to really on here how to really track how that's gonna be. But I just thought of something. Let me zoom you guys out. I just thought of something. What about we do the saving trackers, or because I don't know. I need to find a place to do my sinking funds and saving challenges breakdown. Because here it just gives me the amount. It's okay. It's okay. I can get trackers for that, and then we'll have it here too. But it's not a breakdown of it. Questions, comments, concerns, ideas? Throw them at me. Throw them at me, please. Because I don't know. I mean, and this is what I wanted to use for, which now that I'm thinking about it, that changes things because, yeah, I don't know. See, I'm frustrated now. Can y'all tell I'm frustrated? So I have to move everything over for these guys. And I will. Or I'll just wait until next month, when all that happens. So now we're going to go back here to the notes section. And I don't think I'm going to do any of this yet. Just because I can do this part. This part I can show you though. And I don't need that. So as of, hold on, I have to look for it. This is my old planner. We ain't gonna talk about it. Because it's just a regular notebook. And it sucks. And look, I have July, so I can pull July over. Maybe. And we don't know. I don't know yet. And then I did kind of like follow the plan and try to do like birthdays. But yeah, so somewhere here. So that's our phones. I did somewhere here. Give me a second. What the heck? I wrote it. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm keeping that. I don't think I'm keeping that in the next one just because, yeah. So I need to find my other book. Un momento. One sec. Okay, so I can't find it, so we're gonna do this together. And bring y'all down and straighten you out. So this is gonna be my debit, and I think if I'm lucky, kind of have some washi tape here I can use. I was hoping to, hold up, wait a minute. I can do this. Just to make it saucy. I could have put, you know, one of those on there, but it has the date and stuff like that. We don't want to do that. We just want this guy right here. Debit tracker. Let me put my book back before I go into that. Debit tracker. I want it offset like that. I don't know. It don't bother me. So, we have a couple different debts. So we have our personal loan. Actually, I'm gonna write this in the middle. So do I want to do this how I want to pay them off? Or from biggest to smallest or smallest to biggest? I think I want to do it how I paid it off. So I kind of have a little bit of an, oh wait. I have it in here. This is my little note cards budget stuff. Yes, give me 1 second. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. There it is. That's not it. Yes, it is. So we're just gonna put here, and I could do this. I could do this. I don't want to do that one. So here I'm just gonna write starting, ending. That's what we're gonna do. So in the middle here, and I might have to go back and look because, you know, life. Because life happens. Yeah, that one's 500. Okay. So here, and I'm going to put the full name down. So we have Quick Cash and the amount on that one, we're just gonna do 500. Okay, and then the ending amount would be whatever, at whatever point I decide to stop this, I'd put the ending, like stop this binder is when I'd put the ending amount. And then I have my credit card. April's credit card. And then my starting balance on that is $3,032.25. And then I'd stop the ending balance. And then Z's credit card has 300 on it. So we're hoping to get all these to pay zero. We're hoping to get all these to zero. But I think there's going to be two that won't be zero by the time we're done with this. And that's my car, because we got a pretty penny left on that one. And the personal loan, which we also have a pretty penny left on that one. So my jewelry card is at $1,000. Our personal loan is at $12,238.49. Our car is at $25,351.73. We do have a debt on phones, so this is my phone. That debt's not a lot, and I think because we pay monthly on the devices only. So we go through Verizon, so we pay a monthly amount on all of our devices, and then it combines into our monthly payment. But we do have a debt on those phones, so I'm marking that as a debt on those phones, on the devices. So we have that debt, and then we're hoping to pay that off, because it should not be that much left by now. And then I will put in like the starting date and ending date up here, but we're just not there yet. Okay, so my phone has a balance of $1,020.47. And then Z's phone has a balance of $2,282.10. And we know as we go through and we knock this down, I think I will have an additional tracker to like how much we've saved to go to debt, because that'll be in my savings tracker, and I'll write in there 300 debt, 200 debt, 400 moving, and I do have a plan for that, which I will tell you guys about later when I actually start getting the funds to do the cash stuffing and the challenges. So that's where we're at. So right here, we're going to take this lovely little pen again, and we are going to write total. And this is going to be our starting debt. And I believe I started this on August 1st. So right here I'll put Aug 1st, 25. And let's add up how much we are in debt now. Can y'all see that? Okay, so we have 500 plus 3032.25 plus 300 plus 1,000 plus 12,238.49 plus 25,351.73 plus 1,020.47 plus 2282.10. Yeah. So $45,725.04. Now, you know, I'm sure most of you know and figure out if we didn't have to pay rent, if we didn't have to pay for everything that we do pay, this would be gone in a matter of months. But because we do have life and life throws us curveballs all the time, we get stuck with this. So there is my debit tracker. And like I said, whenever, and I will put this in the other book, the dates will probably be as of September 1st. So I can come back to this and show you how much we paid for this, you know, between that month. And like I said, I believe this was August. It could have been in July. So we'll know by the amount that comes here. The yearly bill tracker, I'm not going to do. This is going to be the savings tracker. And you know, I could do it this way, I could do it that way, I could do it whatever way. There's so many different ways you can do it, and you're gonna want to do it the way you know that you're gonna use it. So keep that in mind when and if you guys start doing this. You're gonna want to do it the way you will use it. That's gonna be my motto. Don't know if anyone else has used it, but it's mine now. And what am I doing? Savings tracker. Let me see if I have a savings in here. I mean, I could do cash envelopes since it's all going to be cash envelopes. Spending tracker. I can do sinking funds. We'll do sinking funds. And this one goes with it. Debit tracker, debit tracker, debit tracker, debit tracker. I mean, no. Oh, jeez. So I was going to try and do this monthly, and that ain't going to happen. But what I can do, lay this beauty down. Give me a second. So what I can do for this one is because I want to see, like, I know some of it we're not going to take any money out of unless it's like a desperate emergency, like our moving fund, our home down payment. It would have to be like a higher emergency. And for here I can put, you know, August 1st to whatever. And right now I don't have anything in savings except for $1 because I found it. So here we can do all of our sinking funds. So we have, and so see, here's the thing. So I have my birthdays, my Christmas, and my back to school setup separated for like each child, because each child is going to have a different amount, especially for back to school shopping, because we have a daughter in high school and then 3 in middle school. So high schoolers are going to need more and have to get more as life goes. And then birthdays, you know, one of our kids is getting ready to be 16, so 15. One of our kids is getting ready to be 15, so, you know, she's going to want the bigger, better gifts than our 11-year-olds do. So, I try to do everything at the amount that they can max out on, or, you know, a minimal amount. And so I don't know if I want to break it down like that here, because it'll take up quite a bunch. Y'all, this side of my desk is a mess. So I have that one. So, and I do have it broken down on the month, like how much we want a monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, and the actual amount. So we'll have moving, debt, and these are our top two priorities, because we want to move, but we want to move with no debt. So this is going to be house, down payment, and then back to school. And then pet, and then car maintenance. Didn't spell that wrong, but that's okay. But I know someone's gonna be on so M-I-N, car maintenance. And then work, birthday, car insurance, winter's insurance, and then savings. That's where we stand. These are the ones that we are going to be working on the most. So that's where this one stops. And then, you know, I plan on doing some saving challenges and stuff like that to help boost it. And so here, I'll write it down and tell you as I do this, so you know it's all clear and out there in the open. So I'm gonna do I have a binder over here that I have challenges in, and each week I will do at least one in each. I do have a max out that I do not want to go over. I do want to keep that. I had it wrote down. I'll have to find it later. But I do have, you know, some minis or tinies, or what you would like to have them, where I grab $50 worth of ones and I roll, and then those are the ones. So minis or tinies, minis or tinies, are going to be split between debt and moving. And then the saving challenges, the regular challenges, regular, I can't spell today, leave me alone. Regular challenges are going to be the other sinking funds. Other sinking funds. And those are going to be as needed. And I say that because they're going to be for like other Christmas. If we're getting close to Christmas and I feel like we do not have enough, it'll go into Christmas. Same with birthdays. If I feel like we have a birthday coming up and we only have $100, but it's for the twins, you know, that's not going to suffice. So we have to do it too accordingly. And so how I'm going to do the minis or the tinies, that's what I've heard them call. I think we're just going to do it, we're going to call it something different. I haven't really thought about it that much. But I think for those, what we're going to do is, I have a bag over here that I'm going to put them in as I finish them. And then on the last day of the month, we're going to take them out. We're going to count them and then split them into debit and to moving from there. I think that's what we're going to do. And then if I feel like, you know, we've got one or two things paid off in debt, I feel like I can take that other half and I can put it towards Christmas, or I can put it towards this, or I can put it towards that. So it's all one of those things where we're just going to depend. And then I do plan on doing roll-in saves. I do plan on doing scratch-offs, you know, stuff like that. I have a whole list of them, and I can show you some of them now. You know, because we're at that point of the video where I'm making a mess and I'm going to drive myself crazy. And then I'm going to get off, try to download the video. You know, typical YouTube uploading stuff. Set that aside. I'm going to at least turn this over. So we have our little dino challenges, and this will be part of the little challenges where I roll a dice. That's how many 1 through whatever gets, how many dollar bills. So this is going to be part of that 50. Most of these are going to be a part of that. So, and I do have $2 because I feel like $2 will still get me enough. And then some are $1, so that one might go through really fast. And then I have a roll and save. And then I have challenges which I can do, you know. So these little dino challenges I got from Gold Country Gifts. I printed them out on regular normal paper because your girl's cheap. And then I have this roll and say, or this Yahtzee game. I'm trying to make it sweet. Ooh, there we go. I think so. So, you roll 5 dice, and then it's just like a regular game of Yahtzee. You roll to try and go out first. This will be as I feel I want to do it. But then you have the same, a full house is 25, which I think is actually 30 in the real game, but I don't know. You know, you have all that. Maybe it's right because 50 is right for a Yahtzee. And then, you know, once you finish a game, that's it. But you have up to 6 games you can play. So that's, see where I'm going? This alone would be a lot if I would go through and play all 6 games. And I can do that in a couple different ways. I can play, you know, just like you would in a normal game. One game where you get both. You know what I mean? You know, you could do that. Or, you know, if you go down the line and you get a full house, you know, 6 times in a row, you can just go across and do your full house. So you can play the whole thing as one game, or you can do one game at a time. I have not figured out, and you do get 3 dice rolls. And I have not figured out how I want to do this yet. I'm just going to have to see how the dice rolls. Because you do have a chance. You do not have the extra Yahtzees. But you do have the chance. You do not have the additional if your upper section is higher than, I think it's 63. Oh, you do. So if score is 63 or over, score 35. So I think you put in another 5. I think that's how you do it. So, I mean, this will be fun. I think it'll be fun. I'm going to try and get one of my daughters in on it to try and help me out with that. Some of the other ones I have, I don't know where I got this from. Hasslefreesavings.com. But I have this. Ooh, y'all can't see it. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. I have this penny challenge. It's 365 days. It goes up to $3.65 of that you can do. What I do if I have a handful of change, I count it. I count it all up. And then I go to the biggest number, which you guys can see here. And if it's over that amount, obviously it has been for mine. If it's over that amount, I check it off. So if I got a bunch of change and it was $3.62, obviously I'm going to check that one off. And then I'm going to do that. This isn't an everyday, but I do use a lot of change. I do get back a lot of change, so this would be fun. And then on the back I have Save Happily. I'm sure everyone knows how to do it. I'm not going to do it as the monthly. We're not going to do it as the monthly just because I'm not going to keep setting money aside for a daily thing. I'm going to do it until it's finished, and that's going to be that. I do plan on doing this every time I do a video of cash stuffing. Same with the penny challenge. The penny challenge is going to be to be determined because I don't know how it's going to be. So I think it's whenever I have change, I will do the penny challenge. And then this one I'm going to do a roll and save. And how I want to do it is that I can either do each heart as a number, or I can do each side of the heart as a number. And this I got from Kersey Queen Budgeting. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. And it's too small and too light for me to try and get. See, I can't even get it clear on the camera. There we go. That's who I got this from. But I got a lot of her stuff. A lot of this stuff is hers. That I'm doing the monthly challenges with, just because, or well, I won't say monthly, but I'm doing the big sheets of challenges from. And then I have a beehive, which is also going to be a roll and save. I haven't figured out what type of dice I'm going to use to do a roll and save with it. Let me show you what I got for my dice. These are the dice I've chose to pick for roll and saves. And the reason why I said those are the dice that I have to pick from is because, yeah, I've got a lot of dice. So, those are the ones I want to play with. I can change them whenever I feel like it, but those are the ones for now I want to play with. I don't know why I have 2 D20s though. Yeah, we're not doing that. It's a lot of money. Anywho, I don't know what type of dice I'm going to use for this yet. I don't know if I want it to be a big challenge or a small challenge, so this will be as determined. I'm thinking I want to start out with maybe a D10, either a D6 or a D10. I know I don't want to go down to a D4 because that's there's a lot of room here. I can end up saving a lot of money if I do it right. So those are the two. I might have a couple more. I have one more, I think. My camera's just wanting to mess with me all the time. So red will be letter, purplish will be number. And I have it 1 through 15, and then A through N, which is also a number, so I know. So you roll, ha ha ha. We've got a 20, so we'll go, we don't have a 20. We don't have an 18. We'll roll a 9 and a 6. So we're going to find our 9, and then we're going to go over to 6. And ironically, how I did this, the actual number also comes up with it. So if it, because 6 is down here, obviously 9 and 6 aren't going to cross paths this way. So you can do a 9 and 6 this way. And then I would end up saving $5. Might not make sense to you. It makes sense to me. My brain functions very weirdly. So I have that one. And then I have a Christmas one. I don't know how I want to do this one. I could do it as a roll and save. I could do it as each present is whatever number. This one's TBD. So we're still learning. We're still going to mess with that one. And then I have this one that I just wanted to do a small challenge. Flu season is coming up. So each heart's going to be $1. Each bottle is going to be $2. And this will be a quick, fast. If I 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times 4. It's 24. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24, 48. It'd be about $72. If I did my math correctly, and of course I probably never do it right, so it's all gonna be fine. And then I have a roll and save here. And these I can stop at any time. I'm not really, the only ones that I really want to do are the penny, the Monopoly, and the bee one, the beehive one. Those are the ones that I, the bee one, the penny challenge, and the Savopoly, and the Yahtzee, but the Yahtzee's gonna be in its own little bag. Those are the ones that I want to do. For the bigger challenges. And then I have smaller challenges here, which all of these I'm going to show you. I'm going to try and bring y'all out a little bit more. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my water catch over here, and I'm literally going to go. This is what I plan on doing. And there's a couple ways that this can be done. We'll do 4. Number 4 gets $2. I mean, there's that way. Or if I had 6, I can do, we're going to turn them this way for the sake of space. You know, or we can do it this way, and we're going to roll. Number 5 gets $1. Number 2 gets $2. Number 1 gets $4. Or there's that way. Or there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 of them. I'm going to put $3 in 6. I'm going to put $3 in 2. I'm going to put $3 in 4. I'm going to put $3 in 5. Hey, look, 2 again. And do it that way. That's one way we can do it. Or 2 ways we can do it. And I'm sure there's different ways out there that you can do it. These are some of my dollar challenges that I'm going to use for that. You can save whatever you want. There's no amount on it to save, and that's what this whole stack is. Now keep in mind, maybe not the whole stack. Not the whole stack. Now keep in mind these, oh, and these are from This Girl Budgets. Oh my god. This Girl Budgets. I found her on Etsy. I printed all these out. These are mostly all hers except for the dinos that I printed out. And like this, like these ones, they don't have $1. But, you know, if I only get $1 in one, they don't have, these ones have more than $1, which is fine. Because if I'm doing one of the two ways I showed you, then I would end up having $8 in it, and I can do a 5, a 6, 7, 8. You know, and that's fine. I just didn't want anything over 10. And these ones could last longer than this one. Or this one, because there's only 9 spaces. With these ones, I can do, you know, like each time. Which, it will change because this one has 9, this one has whatever amount. And it could change. So I could roll the dice, okay, or the amount of money I have for 1 week is $12. I can put a 12. Next week, I only have $8. I can put an 8. See, so there's different ways we can do this, and we're just going to have to, like, figure it out. Aren't they adorable? I love them. Love them, love them, love them. So these are some of those ones that I want to do. And then, the ones that I'm going to do like that are going to have a blank amount on them, except for, like, these ones. But they're low enough that I should be fine. You know? I should be fine. I don't want to have any IOUs or anything like that for these. Because I just don't. It's too much of a headache. Oh, what'd you have? Like, what is this IOU for? Oh, and this guy here. So, This Girl Budget, she's from the UK. And so she has these ones that have like little cents on it. I don't know if y'all can see that. They have like a little cents on it or $1. And these I figured I would just do $1, $2, whatever I feel at the time I put these out. And yeah, so here's another one. Yeah, so that's what I plan to do with these. Some of them, like the little puppy dogs, they are a cent amount, but I still think with $5, if I'm getting $50 from the bank in ones, and I only have 6 challenges, pretty high chance it's going to have at least $5. It might not always get it, but you know, there's a chance, very high chance, that I'm going to get $5. And if I don't quite get it, I won't mark it off on here, and it'll just be extra in the bag, or I will use it for the next time when I only have $4. I don't want to do that, but that's something I can do. It's not an IOU. It's we rolled more than we had. And if I only needed $3 to finish it the next week, well, I got $3 in here. Whatever's left after I do that roll will go into the next challenge I put in that envelope. Make sense? Cool. And like some of these are just like $5, and these I'm gonna keep till like last until I figure out, maybe save some of my debt, like put some of my debt down before I do those high $5 or more ones that are consistent $5. But I mean, this is just, you know, a good little starter. I did want to show you the one challenges that I do have that I got. So these, I don't even know when I got these. I don't even know if the lady that does these is still around. This is a little $5 challenge, and it's the average budget, and you'll save $100. Just quick little things that I can, you know, save a set amount on each week. This is the breakfast menu. This would be as determined. It does go up to 20, so actually I might change that. I might change that out from one of the other ones. I might put my book one in that. I just thought of that. This is Beauty Mom Budgets. So those who don't know anything about me, I have 6 kids, and I work at the school bus company here in town. Hence the school bus. Okay? So there's that. Also from her, I have this cute reading one. So cute. It does have the amounts, which I'm kind of bummed about. And here's that dollar I said I found. And I marked it off with one of my crab ones that had an over 10 on it. So I think that's about it, guys. I'm going to try and get my next stuffing on this coming Thursday. At least do it and then put it out hopefully on Friday. We will see how my work goes, because this is the first week of school. School starts on Tuesday. I start full-time tomorrow. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Be on the lookout for my next video of the different binders that I got from actual Erin Condren as to the one I was working in today. I got that off of Amazon. It is an Erin Condren, but it's just not, it's not measuring up to what an actual Erin Condren would do, because I've had one of those before, unless they've just drastically changed over the years. So, question. Here's my question. I work with kids, getting them to and from school, right? Tell me as much as you can about your job, your favorite part, or your worst part, or why you would want to change a career, if that's what you would want to do. Let me know in the comments. Like it, comment, all that thing, subscribe. This is a learning experience for me. We're going to do this together. I'm not necessarily trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to do this for myself, where I can put myself in all of this, and how, just to see how much I can save over X period of time, because I feel like I can't do it. So just let me know. I have more on my channel as well. I do cleaning videos and I do other videos as well. So if you want to look into those, go back to my channel and you'll see them all there. Have a good one. Bye.